Hello, future Huskies. My name is Mrs. Noonan, and I'm the College and Career Counselor at Rittner High School. Today, I'm so sorry that I can't be with you, but I wanted to go through a little slideshow to show you a few things that we offer at the high school for your college and career readiness. So I'm going to share my screen and go through a PowerPoint. If you can hang tight and pay attention for about 20 minutes, and I'll get you out of here onto the next session that you'll go to. All right. So again, your future, your goals, college and career readiness at Rittner High School. First, I want to start off by stating that the mission of the Rittner School District is to ensure learning occurs in a supportive environment that enables every student to think critically, solve problems, and develop the knowledge and skills necessary for success in our diverse global society. So what this means for you is while you all might have different plans, we still have the same goal for you, and that is that you are successful adults someday. So when you finally come to high school, remember that you're there for a purpose. All right. So first things first, I am from the College and Career Center. I have an office, room 214. You will all pass it when you get to the high school. I'm right down the hallway, the English hallway, so everyone should pass my room at some point. It's myself, and then I also have a Missouri College Advising Corps advisor who is with me as well. It says college advisor, but I want to be clear, we are here to work with everyone, no matter what your plan is after high school, okay? We also have Miss Boder. She's not located in our office because we only have 2 offices there, but she's our work-based learning coordinator, and she does a lot with our students who are planning to go to work or trades or things like that. And so we do field trips, we do various things that will help give you exposure to the different opportunities after high school. Okay, first, I wanted to mention the ICAP. So if you have not started this already, you should soon. It is the individual career and academic plan. And so this is your 4-year plan while you're in high school. And you should update this at least once a year, but there are a few things that you will do when you work on the ICAP. The ICAP right now is located in Missouri Connections. And so your 8th grade counselors may have already gotten you started on that. When you come to the high school, you will have time to work on your ICAP and your advisory classes. So everyone will come to, or when everyone comes to the high school, you will have an advisory, and during advisory, you'll work on your ICAP, and there will be different lessons from myself or other people, again, giving you exposure to your options after high school. So at the high school, we like to mention or really talk about the E3s as options after high school. And so those, not in any particular order, are going to be enlist in the military, employment full-time, and enroll in college. That's 2-year, 4-year technical college. Any college that you're looking at counts for enrollment, okay? So first, I'm going to talk about enlisting in the military. So some things we do to help for students who are interested in the military. We have JROTC coming next fall. So that's really, really exciting for you guys. It's exciting for our whole community because it's not just for students who are looking at going into the military, but it is also for students looking for leadership skills or wanting to do some after school clubs, things like that. They have lots of different opportunities within the JROTC program. Here are our instructors, Sergeant First Class Morgan and Sergeant First Class Jennings. They would be your instructors, and they will teach the class, and they will also tell you a little bit more about JROTC right after this or before this, depending on when you hear them talk. So if you're interested, please ask them questions while they're there. They can tell you a lot more about the program, but it is really amazing for building those leadership skills, as I had mentioned. We also have all of our sophomores take the ASVAB. So the ASVAB is a test that you would need to take in order to go into the military. So you will take that as a sophomore. That doesn't mean you're enlisting in the military, doesn't mean that we think everyone should go into the military. It's just a great test that you can take that'll give you some exposure to potential careers. So after you take the test, you'll get your scores back, and then you will have access to a full report of different career opportunities that might be a good fit for you. So we do allow everyone to take that ASVAB, and then it's optional after sophomore year. But like I said, you will need it if you want to go into the military. Okay, so here are some pictures just to show you what JROTC is all about. You do get to wear the uniform. You don't have to wear it every day. Obviously, we're not at a military school, but you will have some opportunities to wear that. And it's just, there's pride in wearing the uniform. Okay, they have fun too. They go out on different field trips, and it's not all work all the time. So work hard, play hard is the motto, right? And so you can see that each of these students is taking great pride in wearing that uniform. And here's the success story of ours from the high school. This is a student who was a graduate of 2019. He did his basic training for the military before his senior year. And so he came back and then ended up graduating early and going to college or earlier too. And so he just graduated from Hawaii, a school in Hawaii, and all paid for by the military because he joined the National Guard to help pay for his education. So now he's got his education, his 4-year degree. He's still in the National Guard, to my knowledge. And this is just, like I said, it's a success story of someone who went into the military. If you do have questions about the military, I can always tell you from my own experience. I am a veteran myself, and so I take great pride in working with students who are interested in that as well. And then we also have our JROTC instructors that you can talk to as well. All right, so our next option is employment. So if you are looking at being employed full-time, again, there are things that we do or that we offer at the high school that you can look forward to. And so if your plan is to be employed full-time after high school, that typically means that you're looking at making or going 40 hours per week, so making a living wage. So these aren't just little jobs that you would have here and there. If you're planning on employment after high school, there are many jobs that are hiring people full-time with benefits, health insurance, vacation pay, retirement survey or savings, all of that. And so if this is of interest to you, then you can always start asking questions to Ms. Boder, myself. Your teachers will always connect you to us as well, because we have many connections in the community of people who are looking to employ people full-time. One of the things we offer at the high school is work-based learning. So you could potentially have a half day at school and work in the afternoon. You will get paid for, or I'm sorry, you'll get credit for the time that you spend at work. And so students who do work-based learning typically work anywhere from 10 to over 20 hours a week. And like I said, they get credit at the high school for that. You do have a classroom expectation, and so you're not actually attending a class, but you will have a Google class where you enter your pay stubs and things like that and learn about employment and or full-time employment after high school. So you might be working on a resume while you're part of this program. You might have a mentor while you're part of this program. So there are different things that we do to help support those students who are looking at going to work right after high school. Okay, this is another one of our success stories. So this student was a graduate, I wanna say she was 2018, and she now works for Dynaflex. It is a company here in St. Anne, or in St. Anne, Missouri. And so she graduated early and went there to work full-time, again, making a good living wage. There are also some programs that you can do that might require a little bit of training at STLCC, that's St. Louis Community College. And so some of those programs will just allow you to, or not allow, but require you to do a couple of classes maybe, and then it leads straight into a job right out of high school. And then some of them might require a little bit more education, but it's still a job right out of high school For example, there's a job right now for students looking at going into coding or any type of computer science. It's called Access Point. And so students will take 2 classes senior year at the community college, and then they end up getting an internship right after high school, and they will still continue classes, but with that internship, it's a full-time employment. And so students are making anywhere from $55,000 to $60,000 a year, which is pretty amazing for not having a college education. And so, like I said, we do a lot to work with our students who are planning on going straight to work. Okay. And then our last option is enroll in college. And so this could mean many things. It could mean a 2-year college, a 4-year college, or a technical college. And so if you are unsure of what the differences are, we take some time in advisory to go over those differences and talk to you a little bit about what each college offers. We also talk to you about understanding what it takes to get into college. If college is your goal, then it's really important that you understand what those expectations are so you can work toward that goal. Okay, so 9th grade GPA does matter. I want you to understand, and you will hear more about GPA and how to earn, or how your GPA is calculated. But it really does matter. Everybody has their own experience at high school. Transitioning to high school can be difficult for some. It could be really smooth for others. And so if you are struggling, you can always ask your teachers for help. And please ask your teachers for help. Ask your classmates for help. Because your success is dependent upon you and you using those resources that you have. And so that 9th grade GPA does matter, okay? North Tech for various programs. And so if you do want to enroll in college, that does not mean that North Tech is not an option. So if you have not heard of North Tech before, North Tech is a place where you can go and learn about various jobs. So it's really hands-on type learning. So you're not in the classroom doing your typical math, English, science, social studies, but this is where you would pick a program. And so if you're interested in becoming an EMT, you might do that program. If you're interested in cosmetology, you might do that program. So there are numerous programs that you can learn from, and you will get exposure to what those are freshman year. We'll go into great detail about what your options are, because sophomore year, you'll have an opportunity to do an exploratory program where you get to try a bunch of different ones. And then junior and senior year are when those official programs begin, because most of them are 2-year long. So North Tech is an option for students who are looking at going into the workforce or enrolling in college. Okay. We also have dual enrollment in 11th or 12th grade. And so dual enrollment is when our students take classes over at the college. At St. Louis Community College is who we're partnered with right now. And so if you're interested in taking dual enrollment classes, then again, you'll need to know that what you need to work for. And so as an idea, the minimum GPA for dual enrollment is a 2.5 currently. And so what that means is you need to have about almost a B average, okay, a little bit between a C and a B average, okay? And so as long as you have at least that, then you have the opportunity to apply for dual enrollment. There are several steps in applying for dual enrollment, and so we'll work with you on that. But just so you know, dual enrollment does give you college credit at the college and high school credit. And so it is a great opportunity for students to save money in college, save time in college. And so some students are going full-time they attend the college full-time. They still have access to everything at the high school, but they attend the college and will graduate with a high school diploma and an associate's degree. So that's pretty amazing. It is also a free, or it's free for all of our students who participate unless you fail a class. And so if that's something that you might be interested in, just make sure that you are passing all your classes now. And like I said, maintaining that 2.5 as you move forward. And then there's some testing involved too, and so we'll talk more about that. But I just wanted to mention that this is one of the things that we will help, or these are some of the things that we will do to help you prepare for enrollment in college if that is what you're interested in. Okay. A couple things about GPA. So again, GPA is grade point average. And so that's going to be the average of all the classes that you've taken and the grades you've earned. And so for the A plus scholarship, that requires a 2.5 GPA. And so the A plus scholarship allows you to get 2 years of community college free after graduation. So you can either have 2 years free while you're in high school, or you could go for the A plus scholarship and get 2 years free after graduation. Okay. It also requires 95% attendance and 50 hours of tutoring or mentoring. And then it also requires an Algebra 1 end of course end of course exam score of proficient or above. Okay, and so if you don't receive that proficient or above, we would use your ACT score, which is a test, a college entrance test that you would take in junior year. Okay, and so if you are trying to go for the A plus scholarship, you'll get letters every year just telling you where you are and if you're still on track and things like that, so you can make sure that you are in line with that goal. Okay. Also, when it comes to GPA, it is important that you are maintaining at least a 2.0 or higher to compete in our RHS athletics. Okay. Some of you may be thinking about college athletics, and if you are, ideally you want to be at a 2.3 or above. And so again, a 2.0 is going to be about a C. If I haven't mentioned it already, an A would be a 4.0, a B would be a 3.0, a C would be a 2.0, D would be a 1.0, and then obviously if you're earning Fs, you're going to have a 0. When you get to the high school, if you do fail a class that you need, you do have to retake that class. However, when you retake that class and you finally pass it, that F never goes away. So it's really hard to build your GPA up after you've maintained a lot of failed classes. And so the goal here is that you are passing all your classes and again, using your resources so that you do make sure that you are being successful in the classroom. Okay. Same thing with work-based learning and NORTEC. It's not listed here, but if you are interested in doing NORTEC or work-based learning, you still need to have passed all your classes so that you are on track for graduation, because work-based learning and NORTEC are going to take the places of electives. And so you just want to make sure that you're passing all those core classes that you need. That's going to be your math, English, science, social studies, fine arts, practical arts, PE, health, and personal finance. Okay. And so again, for work-based learning, you'll want to pass those classes, and then you can start this starting in junior year. You can also do it just senior year. You can do it one semester, not the other. It really depends on your work schedule or what you're looking for. And like I said, we do have specific programs in work-based learning if you're interested, and we will prepare you for those as the time comes. Okay. So if you are looking at going to college, as I mentioned before, it's important that you know what you're aiming for. And so right now as rising freshmen, you're probably not thinking too much about college, but if you are, it is important to know what you're looking for 4 years from now and plan for it now. And so basically the reason why you want to do that is because it's going to require certain classes. And it really breaks my heart when I'm working with a senior and they are trying to go to a 4-year college, but they don't meet the requirements. And by senior year, it might be too late to add those classes. Okay. So here, if you're ever curious, if there's a college that you know of, you have in mind, and you're like, oh, I really want to go to that college, you could do a Google search. Okay. You just type in freshman admission requirements for whatever school. So this is an example of looking at UMSL. UMSL has or requires at least 17 units of credits. And so if you haven't gone through the credit requirement for graduation yet, it is 24 at Rittner High School. And so you need to have at least 24 credits to graduate. But for UMSL admissions, they are looking for 17 specific units of credits. And so that includes 4 years of English and 4 years of math, Algebra 1 and higher. Okay, so if you are in Algebra 1 right now, they do take that middle school credit. You would also need Algebra 2, geometry, and then something beyond that. And then just because you meet it doesn't mean that you're automatically accepted. It just means that this is what they are looking for admission to UMSL. Science, they require 3 years, which we also require 3 years. And so you're right on track with that. But I will say it says 3 years, not including general science. One of the three courses must be a lab course. And so that means that we require biology as part of graduation, but this also means that they want you to have chemistry. Okay, so again, if you were looking at going to UMSL, you would want to make sure that you have chemistry at some point as well. They require 3 years of social studies, which we do too, so you would be fine. 1 year of fine arts, again, that's consistent with what we're looking for. And then they require 2 years of a single foreign language. So what that means is if you are currently in Spanish, then you might want to continue with Spanish too when you get to the high school, or you can start a whole new language. We have Spanish, we have French and German. And so those are all three options that you could add to your electives next year, or starting sophomore year, or starting junior year. But if you wait till senior year to add it, then you won't have time to get those 2 years of a single foreign language. So that is why it's really important that you are keeping up with your ICAP, that individual career and academic plan, because that's going to have your 4-year academic plan. That's where you map out which courses you want to take over the next 4 years so that you can make sure you're meeting all your goals. In addition to the 17 unit requirement, each applicant will be evaluated on their ACT or SAT. Applicants with an ACT composite score of 24 or higher are automatically admitted. And so again, these are things that you need to keep in mind. You don't have to know it all, because I will certainly share this information with you over the next 4 years to help you stay on track. Unfortunately, I don't get to meet with you guys one-on-one until starting June, I'm sorry, the second semester of your junior year. Okay. And so by then, you would have most of your classes done, or you have, 3 semesters left at that point. And so you want to make sure that you're keeping up with this information along the way. All right. And then again, one of our success stories, this is Isaiah Morel Thomas, who graduated in 2018, and he received a Questbridge scholarship, which allowed him to attend Notre Dame completely free of charge. He also was part of the marching band there. He just graduated in May of last year, and so he's there currently for his master's degree, so his graduate degree, and he is an engineer. So this is really exciting to celebrate students like this, because I know many of you are working really hard, and we'd like to celebrate you someday. So remember, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Make sure you're using your resources. We are going to do our very, very best to help prepare you for what is next. And I hope that you enjoy your last few months in middle school. We look forward to having you in the high school pretty soon. So thanks for listening, and have a great day. Thank you.